Bitcoin ordinals, yeah, I do it chewy. Kyle on FX, Web3, Gamer Flex. Kids think I'm cool, but I just pay the checks. Degen Dads, living on the edge. Diapers in crypto, making our pledge. From Bitcoin blocks to NFT stacks, we're riding Web3 and never looking back. Hey, we're the Degen Dads, diapers in DeFi. Two crypto nerds just trying to get by.
What is up, everybody? Kyle's frozen. It's me and my boy Kyle today on the Degen Dads podcast. We have a lot to talk about. Obviously, the biggest topic right now, at least in the not as macro crypto space, is the fact that Kanye West dropped a token. We're gonna have a ton of conversation around that. We're also gonna just start this off by talking about the possible the Fed cuts that are looking pretty negative right now. What's going on in the macro. We have a lot of DeFi protocols pulled up. We do on-chain stuff on this podcast. We don't just talk about it, we actually do it. We're going to talk about some GPT leverage trading that we've both been doing for quite a while, but Kyle had some major success last week, posted a full video on his channels about it. With all that being said, Kyle, how's it going today, man? How are you?
Dude, it's going good. Things have been better with the market, but it is what it is. But we could have a very good September. So it's called all kind of speculation. A lot of people are voting on polls on how the market could turn, what Jerome Powell is going to do. So there's just a lot of speculation, a lot of anticipation for the markets moving into September. So cross your fingers. Hopefully, altcoin season is around the corner to pump our bags to the moon.
Dude, do you think we're going to get an altcoin season at this point? Like, I feel like we're just like being teased here, you know?
Yeah, I've been seeing reports. I think the top dogs, like the Coinbases and the institutions, they're starting to report that we could see an alt season as soon as September. They're actually way more conservative than what we see on CT or Crypto X, because a lot of people are like alt seasons now. So everybody's been pulling the pin too early, but institutions are a lot more conservative because obviously what's going on with the Fed and if they're going to cut rates or not and the probability of that. So I think that's what they're monitoring right now. So CT is kind of like jumping the gun and kind of getting wrecked in the process because shorts or longs have been liquidated. The crypto market's corrected and rightly so. It pumped to infinity for a second and then it needed to correct because the pump was so long and hard that it needed a correction.
One of my biggest negatives about alt season is the fact that the meme coin season extracted so much money out of the potential market. I mean, all the way from like even the top coins, Trump, Milani, the meme coins, like, I don't know, the Moodings and all of those. Like, we had like coins that were worth like multi-billion, right? That were passing up the top 20 coins by market cap at that time in February. We had like so much money extracted that like it does feel like that kind of just like stole the market share, the retail's interest. Like, why buy I don't know, AVAX or DOT and hope for a 2 to 5x? I'm talking about from like a regular person who's not into the space perspective, when I could buy this Moodang and possibly 10x my money in a couple weeks, right? That was the thought there with retail. So I feel like we lost a lot of retail and a lot of retail got burned by the meme coin season. I don't know. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think that's a good analysis. There's just a lot of liquidity that either got extracted or people put it into places where maybe it wasn't the wisest decision. So naturally, that's going to affect the wider market. This time, I think meme coins have kind of tapered off a little bit. And then what we're seeing is a lot of liquidity on the sidelines. I mean, YZY kind of proves there's a lot of liquidity on the sidelines in a way. I mean, a lot of people were bidding that just last night. And yeah, that just kind of shows where there's a lot of liquidity parked to the side. And a lot of people in the memes, have taken their profits and are just trying to find what the next runner is or potentially altcoin season for like the more major tokens. But right now, market doesn't look good, but things could turn around quickly.
Yeah, man. So I want to talk about the market a little bit more, I have some things to screen share and talk about, and then I want to. Then we could talk about the Kanye's token that he dropped last night, which obviously, like I said, is a huge topic today. So let me go ahead and switch to this screen share screen. Look at that transition right there, Kyle. How clean was that? And I want to talk about. I really like Greeny's analysis. He does a lot of TA. He's a good trader. He's made probably like $300,000 this year off of just trading. He says altcoin season starts out if this chart breaks higher. And so, yeah, this is the altcoins only chart. Basically tried to get that dominance back going, which is pretty close, right? Like it looks like it bounced here. So he's basically saying if it breaks out of this line, then we'll possibly get an alt season. I don't know. What do you think about this chart specifically?
Uh, so this is the altcoins only market cap, or
It's
what is?
tables, BTC, and ETH.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know exactly what this chart is, but I mean, yeah, that could be a possibility. I monitor the altcoin season chart, where it shows like where we're at, if it's altcoin season or not. Usually, it pops off hard if we're in the 80 percentile or 90 percentile of altcoin season. You can track that at coinmarketcap.com. Bitcoin dominance is a really popular chart to monitor as well. So yeah, those are the main ones I monitor, but this is a pretty interesting one as well.
Yeah, somebody did a similar one. I think it's like an actual like altcoin market cap chart. I should have clarified that before pulling it up, but I think that's all that it's saying. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, also going back to the actual like talk about the Fed possibly cutting rate or not. I thought Easy had a really good post about this morning. He basically was saying that the job claims came in higher than expected. And I'll just go ahead and read this. So they expected 235K negative, but the previous is 224. They expected 226, but it came in 235, so lower than estimated, but higher than previous. But there was basically a positive price action for crypto equities, but it's still not confident that the September rate cuts will come. And it looks like the likelihood of the September rate cuts is like dwindling. And so that's making the general sentiment a little bit more bearish. You and I talked beforehand on this, but on the poly market chart, basically it went from the September cut shifted from being over 90% last week that people thought that we would get a September rate cut to now it's under 80%. So a big
And
difference there. Look at this.
it's even going down further than that. It was 60 whatever, but now it's 57 currently, so it's continuing to dip.
Yeah, exactly. So this is kind of encouraging some of the negative price action. But we're still kind of looking at the basically what Powell is gonna say, and yeah. So that's kind of why you're seeing a choppy market right now. Never mind. But we're also on Kick, by the way. If you're seeing this on Twitter or on YouTube, you can catch us live. Right now, we're live on YouTube, and you could catch us live on Kick. That's Degen Dads on Kick. And yeah, so on all that, the Kanye token, man, it actually it's at exactly a $1 billion market cap. And there has been some crazy stuff going on with it. Let me go ahead and pull this up. I know that. So this is Ash posted this yesterday, just like analysis. Basically, you had a 5-minute window. I saw this when I was watching a show last night, and in the first 5 minutes, it went from nothing to 2 billion. If you got in before 5 minutes, you might have got in at like 700 million, maybe 1.1 billion range. But basically, if you got in before that, you were an insider. And then it went to 3 billion. And then it had this one dip right here that you could have bought at like 1.5 and sold at 2 billion. Now that might not sound like a lot, but keep in mind with tokens like this, you can do size. Like you hypothetically could have put in 100K right here and profited, 5 figures easily, or you could have lost that just as fast. So that's why those like tiny bumps matter on these tokens, because people can do so much size. We're not talking about like a little 1 mil to 10 mil meme coin to where like you really can't do that big a size. Like you could have went in hard, which a lot of people did, but unfortunately, a majority of the people got wrecked here. because if you didn't either buy early and sell initially in the first 5 minutes, or you didn't buy this dip and sell this pump, most people didn't make money on this. I mean, those were your two actual opportunities. Maybe you could have traded some of the candles here, or you could have farmed liquidity on this. Like you could have provided liquidity and farm fees. But besides that, most people got wrecked. There's a lot to say on this, but before we move on to that, like, what's your overall opinion on that, Kyle?
I saw this one in the trenches last night. I was trenching late last night, and this one popped up on my feed. But I was like, I didn't think anything of it. I was like, oh, this one's just people are just pumping this just because. And then like 30 minutes later, like I find out it's the real token, and it had pumped to at that point like already passed. Like it was well on its way to 2 billion market cap. And then I was like, oh, it's already kind of too late. I didn't think it was going to even get to 3 bill, to be honest. I thought it was going to start dumping around 2. But yeah, I could have potentially gotten early and made like bank on this. Like I'm talking pretty low market cap considering what it went to. So I'm a little bit upset that I didn't get to see this quicker on the timeline. I wish I would have been more like, studying what was going on, because I would have like aped into it. But
Yeah.
it is what it is. But
Crier said he shorted on Hyperliquid. He's in the chat.
I saw Hyperliquid, list it, and that was probably
You
a
didn't
really
want to go
smart
short?
idea. I almost went short with it, like Crier, but I didn't want to like wake up and like mess around. I was already like super tired.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of like how I saw it. And it's crazy because there's like a lot of insiders on this one. Apparently, like the inside traders were like celebrating this, like that they hit this token like super early. I'm sure they made. I'm sure they're like made fortunes off of this ticker. But yeah, we have a video pulled up if we want to watch it.
Yeah, I got it. I also had, but when you were talking about the insiders, Cook also shared. I thought this was kind of funny. He said he was showing the.
Here, I got it already.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, here's the video of like these insiders celebrating.
Holy fuck! Holy fuck! We're going to $1 billion, baby! Let's fucking go!
We're going to $1 million. They went to like billions, bro. Wait, 160K in the first 10 minutes. Still haven't sold under 300. Like if they would have held on to this to like $1 billion or 2 billion, don't mix the
That's
next
just a weird
one.
picture. Yeah, and then he has this like little gun outside, which is super random.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I
crazy
had this
stuff.
I had this pulled up, and this is also what Crier said. Cook said the top coin sellers are such good traders; they all got a $0 entry. So like all of these, like all these profits you see that like 1.4 mil, 1 mil, 900K, 800K. These are all people that didn't buy the token. They got it sent to them or airdrop to them because they're insiders. So literally $25 million worth of your money, if you bought this, was sent to these guys. And if that video that Kyle showed, like is what happened, like if that wasn't just a bunch of teenagers LARPing or whatever, those are the people that took your money. Again, I'm not saying that in an accusatory way. I'm just saying if it's more than a LARP and they actually did launch a token, whoever it was, that's where your money went, because they were constantly dumping all this money into the chart, and they didn't put anything. This wasn't their money. So crazy, man.
Yeah, shout out to Crier. Good job shorting. Speaking of which, I just wanted to pull this this piece of info tidbit up. Hyperliquid is generating about 1.13 billion in annualized revenue with a core team of 11 people. That equals roughly 102 million per employee, the highest figure reported worldwide.
Crazy,
So
man.
that is freaking wild, bro. Wild.
What do you think they're getting paid? Do you think they're all getting paid 7 figs, or you think they're like,
well,
imagine being the intern and you're getting paid like $50,000 a year to like tweet, and then the rest of the team's making like 7 figures.
Yeah, just bank.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would imagine their intern should be making more than that, but that is a wild figure. That's like Meta type of numbers, that Meta's paying top dollar for like the top engineers in the world to build AI. And here's
Yeah.
Hyperliquid over here with like degen stuff and like perpetuals, and they're doing like 102 million per employee. That's just wild, dude. Just wild.
That's
Anyway,
like, I mean, when you incentivize people making money with your product, that's, I mean, this is a little unrelated, but I was looking at just like some products that were built in Web3, like rec drinks. And let me pull up this thing that I actually shared earlier. Um, Here it is. It was easy again. Shout out to Easy for all of these alpha posts right here that I've been sharing. Let me go back and share the screen.
Easy's got a team now, probably.
Yeah. So he was saying that basically there's only 3 brands that have sold over 1 million drinks in their first year. And these are very well-known brands: Red Bull, Mike's Hard Lemonade, and I don't actually know what Bionade is. And Rect is on pace to shatter these numbers. So like Rect is associated with the meme coin that's now an abstract, and also the OSF's like Rect NFT. But why are they making all this money and selling all these drinks? XP on the abstract sell, your purchases of Rex drink gave you XP, which in return is going to give you part of the abstract airdrop, and they give you their token for buying the drink. So for a while, you were able to actually, like, if you bought the drinks, you would get Rex, so you'd basically get your money back in the token. So it kind of goes back to I don't want to say it's vanity metrics because there are real numbers, but it goes back to Gary V's having the biggest number of book sales within that time frame during last bull market. Because if you bought his books, you got airdropped his book games NFT, right? Me and you both participated in that. It goes back to that. It's kind of like tying it all in with flywheels, or I guess Ponzi-nomics. I do think that this is a good marketing angle for crypto companies, though, because you're kind of able to incentivize users to buy your products because they make money. At the end of the day, I guess like the TLDR and all that is, if people have a chance to make money, it's going to lead to these insane numbers. And that's, going back to Hyperliquid, like people are using leverage because they want to get out of the rat race. So in return, Hyperliquid's eating all those fees.
Yeah, it's just product is king in this new market, this new cycle. I think that's what everybody's saying. Like consumer apps and apps that are actually doing real things are going to have strong, a strong upside potential for their price. Like obviously the hype token, and yeah, projects like this. It makes a lot of sense. I mean, we've seen it already with like Luca Nets and Pudgy Penguins, and how powerful like a real IP, real product can actually get you at far
Yeah.
space. So yeah, we're just gonna see more examples of this as time goes on. Um,
I do have more to say about the Kanye token before we move on. Quite a bit actually. There's conspiracy around it. We'll get into that in just a bit, but I actually haven't seen many people talking about this besides Kakashi. Apparently, Kanye added 30 million worth of the token into a one-sided LP on Meteora for a price range of 317 to 449. While that might sound bullish if you don't really understand what you're reading, you know what that reads to me? Kanye wants to DCA out of his own token $30 million worth at $3.17, which would only be like a 2x from the time that this happened. Maybe it may be closer to like a 2.5x or whatever. So this is basically, to me, says that Kanye is not bullish on his own token, right? Like, as if you're setting up a pool like this, you're adding liquidity to sell out of the pool. And so that's basically like a developer saying, I'm selling my own. I don't know. Does that kind of read that way to you? Like, that's not really bullish to me. It's not like he's locking this up and staking it. He's DCAing out of it.
yeah, there's a lot flying around. A lot of people are saying they're like pulling liquidity last night. I don't really know. I wasn't like staying up late at night, like, watching all this live. I was just like, oh, I missed it, and I'm gonna go to sleep.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, crazy if true. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, I mean, you could read this as bullish. You could say, "Oh, Kanye thinks it's going to 2.5x from here," right?
I think the post that's interesting is the one below this one, where
Yeah.
the Libra coin funds were unfrozen the same day that this token launched. So everybody was saying on the timeline like this had real like Libra vibes to it, and maybe the same team. I mean, obviously there are some insiding stuff going on. Like it does have like Libra vibes for sure. And it was just a coincidence that those funds were unfrozen and this token like was bundled up, insider traded, and all kinds of crazy stuff happened. And
Yeah.
with
So on top of that, the guy who obviously is behind Libra, his name was Hayden Davis. He launched the Milani Trump token. He launched Libra and some other really big ones. So the thought here, oh, and so those funds that were unfrozen, he got $54 million back on the same day that later that night Kanye drops his token, right? So that's really weird,
right.
like really weird. So it's weird because like we have like three different angles here. Is it Hayden Davis? Is it the guys that were on that video earlier? Because those didn't look like they were associated with Hayden Davis. Or does it have to do with the LA vape cabal? You have this other conspiracy that I wanted to go into, where
Yeah, I heard they were
Bart.
crashing out. I don't know what was going on with the LA
Oh,
vape
Mika,
ball and
bro. Yeah,
Mika.
this girl. So I posted this earlier. This girl has been crashing out on Twitter like crazy. Her name's Mika. Um, she's just been like posting like 20 times per hour, like yelling at people, whatever. But this is her podcast that was recorded last year that was never released of her interviewing Bart Mehta. Watch this.
Oh, dude, I remember that
your
clip.
team bought Kanye West's account. Did you have anything to do with that?
So the idea is Bark has made nods to buying Kanye West's account.
They walked out of that interview, didn't they? And they
walked out and it never dropped.
It never aired. Yeah,
it never dropped.
This was just a teaser trailer,
right? So Bark has made nods towards. I don't have this pulled up, but he's made nods towards actually being a part of this. He had a screenshot, and it could have been edited, but I'm pretty good at editing. My wife's a photographer. I kind of know when I see like fabricated images. It's on X. You could find it of him and Kanye like holding their phones together, and it's showing Kanye West account, right? Which is like a common picture to say we're hanging out or whatever. But I swear there was either a picture or a video of him and Kanye together. I just couldn't find that before the live, and maybe it got scraped off the internet or whatever. So there's actually like real nods to Bark Meta being involved as well. So it's like three different angles of where crime could happen. So the thought
they
here
could
is
all be all in it. They could all be in cohorts and cahoots and all that.
I definitely think Mika's crash out had to do with it, regardless, because a lot of times that LA cabal, as they call it, is involved with these launches, like to some degree, even if it's just like talking about it or whatever. Maybe she knew it was coming and she wasn't getting a slice of the pie. I don't know. And again, assumptions here, not accusations. I don't know, but lots of fishy stuff going on. That's really crazy. And the last thing is, if you want to short the token, I mean, there is Hyperliquid option, but you can also bet on it. There's a myriad bet going on right now that if you think that the token's going to be over a $1.5 billion market cap by the end of August, so by the end of next week. Right now, it's looking like no is the answer, with an 86% chance and a 14% yes. Where would you lean here, Kyle?
I'm gonna say, due to like the shadiness around this token, I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
But like if it was launched like normal, I would say yeah.
Yeah.
Just because like degens want to be degens, but yeah, the fact that this was like there's some shrouded mystery, like scamminess to the token, I don't think this one is gonna like fully recover. Yeah, I think the Trump token's gonna do good. Melania, probably, I don't really know. I've seen that one bounce though. This one, I don't think so. I mean, I just don't see like a lot of people jumping into like Trump token did really well because it's Trump and like obviously star power, like he's pretty much top dog.
Yeah.
Kanye, I just don't think has the same star power as Trump. He has got the attention in like bad ways, which will attract degens for sure to like gamble on it, but just don't think retail is gonna be like, yeah, I'm buying YZY token. Like, you know what I mean?
Man, so this guy is typical. I don't know, man. Retail for some reason still likes Kanye. I have no idea why. But this guy is kind of known for being like, I think he was like a white cap hacker or whatever. Not really sure, but he's pretty respected in the space. And he like is super bullish on this token. he wrote this long thesis basically saying that he thinks that the supply that's being held back is going to be airdropped to holders, and that it was like that basically is connected to Polychain, and he thinks it's going to do a huge bounce. He put his money where his mouth is. He put how much Sol in? Let me see. He put like hundreds of Sol in on this token for an average of like $1.1 billion market cap. So I don't know. It's just interesting how bullish this guy is here. Usually he's the one calling out scammers. If this is the same guy.
I mean, yeah, Ye's like polarizing enough to where people would throw money at it from the polarizing aspect. Like he's obviously more polarizing than Trump, in my opinion, because Ye says some wild stuff, man, wild stuff. And but that's the kind of stuff like crypto degens like salivate over. So I mean, there could be something here. I don't know.
Yeah.
But if I had to bet my bag on it, I'd say, yeah, I'm not confident it'll recover. But
this guy's betting a bag on it. He bought 200 Sol at 999 million, in for 600 Sol of an average of 1.15 billion. So he said he might add another 200 or 300 Sol. So he's in for 600 Sol? What is 600 Sol right now? This
ticker got immediately listed on CoinMarketCap. So like, there was definitely people that knew about this token beforehand. Like there's just no question.
Dude, he's for over $100,000? That's crazy.
The current market cap the true market cap is 301, fully diluted is a bill.
Dude, he's in for 6 figs. How nervous would you be right now if you're in this token for 6 figs?
That's wild, bro. I would not.
And he's under right now.
I would never do that. I would just put it in Ethereum.
I don't know, man. I see you do some pretty DJ stuff lately. This man's 10x leverage trading, but he's profiting off of it. But yeah, dude, that's crazy. Anyways, so apparently some people are bullish. A lot of people aren't.
I think the Fed decision in September is back above 60%. It's at 61 now.
Oh, okay.
But it's fluctuating.
That's interesting.
It's fluctuating around that level. I think the rate cuts are still on the table. I think that I think the speech isn't going to reveal anything. I think they're going to hide any kind of indication that they're going to cut rates in September. And I think the market might perceive that as uncertainty, which could not be good. But I think as we get closer, as we move into September, I think markets are going to start speculating and re-engaging again. And I think like things are going to start getting a little bit like more exciting again. Just because what I've seen comments from other Fed members, board members, and other people in the Fed talking about like rate cuts are on the table for September. We'll be monitoring. But basically, they're not like saying it like outright. They're just saying we're going to monitor the data from July and August super closely for September. So that's kind of is indicating that it's on the table, in my opinion. And then the people at BlackRock, they're pushing for it. So I think at this point, a lot of people are pushing for rate cuts. So I think the Fed is just in a hard, rock and a hard place of what they're going to do. If they don't cut rates, like job market's not going to get better. Housing market's already bad. They're going to have to make some hard, tough decisions, and may have to deal with inflation a little bit higher than what they want. But Trump may have been right in this situation that they might have waited too long to cut rates, and they should have cut rates already.
We should have bet on it today, like on Poly Market. If you'd have bet it against the 80%, you'd be up right now because I think you can sell your vote. So like if you'd have voted at 80% and now at 60%, you could have sold for a 20% gain to another person.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. August 13th, this was like a week ago, and now it's 61%. As low as like 57 as a little bit ago, and it's gone back up. So I mean, it's just fluctuating.
Yeah,
but still, I mean, that's a pretty significant like still vote like percentage, 61%. That's still pretty good. Then you move into October, and October's like less than September. So I don't know what to think of this year. I still think we have good chances for September, at least at 25 basis points at the minimum. So
Sweet. Dude. All right. So unrelated on macro. Let's go back to our roots for a second, man. Omi, Vivi. You cannot take you cannot withdraw your gems for cash anymore starting November 19th. You have to swap it to Omi via Staker app. What's your opinion? I'll pull up the tweet while you're
this is not good in my opinion. I think that anytime you kind of like pull out any kind of like mechanism for people to pull out their money, that's like a bad sign. Like I'm not sure what's going on here on the screen, but here we go.
getting it there.
Yeah. So anyways, yeah, I don't think this is a good look. I think having to rely on a third party to do all your biddings is not good. I think like when you're trying to get mainstream into your app, you want all the features and utility in your app. You don't want them to go to like a third party system to like do all the other stuff that like they want to do, right? It's like, oh, I'm gonna onboard somebody into this app, but sorry, you have to go to this other app to do the rest. Like that's just not a good onboarding way to onboard anybody. So like, yeah, I get like I hear people saying like, I don't know if it's true, like no KYC and like it's gonna be easier now for people to like do stuff. But when people learn about this, like you can't cash out, like that's pretty brutal. So I think this is a big problem. And it puts it instead of like Web 2.5, I think this even pushes it back further to like Web 2.1 almost. It's like, man, this is just increasingly like why not just be Web 2 at this point? Like at this
Yeah.
point. So I don't know, like they're and then they changed those like policies where if you don't log into your account in like 2 years or 3 years, like they just like repossess all your NFTs. Like I don't know. I'm not a big fan of this. Not a good look. I see a lot of people are like even the most staunch like VV supporters. I'm starting to see that they're removing like the red O and like anything VV related, and then also like some other OGs were like starting to capitulate on VV, like yeah, at least the Omi side, or at least the VV side, and they're like, well, this sucks. And these are
Yeah.
like some of the most staunch VV supporters that even though like I've been right the whole time about stuff, that they've been like super like, walls up, blinders on kind of stuff, that they're like super supportive of Vivi no matter what. Vivi can do no harm. Even they're like, I don't like this. And so that's a pretty tall tale sign that like this is probably not the best move that we've seen. I want to be a fan of Vivi. It's just stuff like this makes me pretty like this just makes me distance myself further. Um, Coming from where the beginning days of the white paper was, like in the white paper, it said all these fantastic things, all these things that were going to happen, and they backtrack on literally all of it. And this is just like, man, this ain't it. Um, and maybe I get why like they're trying to do that, like they're trying to like you know, stay within legal bounds and like all these other things. But if you look at the flow chain and you look at NBA Top Shots and look at these other platforms that are doing it, what I consider a better way, like it's not that, it's not that deep. What they're trying to do is just make it. I don't know. I really don't know what's going on here. So, yeah, I don't like it.
Their gym system was skewed, right? Like they were kind of trapped in this system that wasn't working for them from the business standpoint. I know this goes all the way back to like even like what Apple took 30% of the gym's purchase, so their revenue model is kind of like a house of cards, regardless. And this kind of makes way for gym being an in-app currency,
Right.
and
It's
it's
just Web
more
2.
it's more to me about them fixing their business model than it is them trying to create more use cases for Omi. However, from the business standpoint, they're pivoting it as we're making Omi the core of our eco, but in reality, that's kind of like what they have to do from a business standpoint to make more money. So yeah, I kind of agree with you. and marketing 101 is make it as easy as possible and as least steps as possible, right? Like even like for I don't know, content creation, you don't want people to have to like if you're doing like a call to action, you don't want to be like, yeah, just go to this site and then fill out this form and then bring that form to this site and then go do that, right? So
Exactly. Like I can imagine us back then trying to do all these videos explaining what you have to do just to get your money out or whatever. Like you have to go,
nightmare.
yeah, you purchase it on the VV app, trust me, bro, and then you go to this other app, trust me, bro, and you do all these other steps, trust me, bro. And it's like, nah, they're not gonna do that. So that this kind of like scares me for VV a little bit more than, sure they could be fixing a few issues and problems, but man, they may be sacrificing a little too much here. And it's already not in a good shape. There's not that many community members left. And the ones that are left are not too happy about this update from what I've seen, like staunch VV supporters.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
literally, my dad is on the app, right? Like, he doesn't still actively participate, but like, he didn't have a problem like cashing out the previous way because it was straightforward, just like anything. Now, I good luck me trying to convince my dad to swap his in-app currency to this cryptocurrency that is fluctuating, and then you have to sell that and transfer that to your Coinbase account or whatever. You're like, it's too much, it's like unnecessary too much.
mhm.
And the whole like what really frustrates me is if this doesn't or when this doesn't work out as well, people are going to be like, oh, well, this was the Web3 you wanted. You're able to use Omi, right? Instead of whatever. Like it's gonna flip to like make it look like this is what the Web3 people wanted, but it's not.
Yeah,
It's like
it's
this is
definitely
just
not.
unnecessarily complicated.
What three people want is a consumer app that works really great. The Hyperliquid example we gave earlier, Hyperliquid is dominating. Obviously it's decentralized and like there's no centralization to it, but um, that's what three people want. They want stuff that they have control. They can do what they want with it. Like people are using Hyperliquid every single day. It's like printing money for their protocol. It's only going to continue to grow. And then like Luca Nats with his chains. He's got not chains, but he's got Pudgy or Pingu, and now he's got Abstract. And the apps are just going to work really great. And you don't have to like go to all these different platforms to like experience this. You just go to one platform. You can do all your stuff on there. I don't have to use like some third party app to like get it done. So that's kind of like where like even Flow, they're building one whole ecosystem to make it easy for people to buy NFTs, like at the end of the day. And Flow is known for that. That's what they're doing. You're not gonna have to bounce around to like 50 different places. It's just like you download the Dapper wallet, you can participate in any like NFT platform on Flow easily and super low cost, and that's it. I mean, there's no like crazy stuff about it. So yeah, this is just a strange update. Maybe I don't know why they did this one, but I mean I get why, but I think this will cause more frustration than excitement. But
Yeah.
I get the Fosters of the world are going to be like, this is so bullish because you can get Omi
'Cause
now through
he
Stacker.
yeah, he works there, right? And like
Right? He has to be bullish.
and then Stacker like is what started by Dr.
Dr.
Profit,
Profit. I like
VV
Dr.
Well.
Profit. I don't always agree with him. I think the guy's smart, but I think yeah, with everything, the direction Vivi went, he's got to be underwater as well. I mean,
Well,
we all know.
that was my point. I'm not trying to throw shade at him. I'm just saying, is this not like a business model for him because he has Stacker?
I
Like,
wish he like, if anything, he should have just bought the whole Vivi company and try to like
yeah,
incorporate this in like Singapore and then make. I mean, I think Orbis technically is in Singapore. I don't really know anymore, but um, yeah, I feel like there's so many different ways that they could have went, or even just sold to the right entity to do it right. But yeah, this is not it for me.
yeah, yeah. We'll see how it goes,
And
man.
I
I
want
know
to
there's
come back to
more.
VV. Like I genuinely would love to make fun content for VV, but it's just like things like this are just like not what I would consider like exciting. So
Yeah, yeah,
it's
same.
just not my cup of tea. as
All right, well,
my wife would say.
we pretty
Hmm.
much hit that,
Well,
like,
I got this video to share. Somebody
yep.
made this
Oh yeah.
this VV song. This was an old OG. Many would consider this guy like a fudder now. Bro keeps clicking the wrong frame.
Didn't click anything.
All right, so this is. Can you hear it?
Back in 2021, I was flexing that hype. Been paid Logan Paul just to gaslight your life.
Chris, can you hear it?
Dumped, then he vanished,
Yeah.
left y'all on the bag.
Is it loud?
Now the chart looking tragic,
No.
community sad. No transfers, no chains, can't move what you bought. Digital ownership, now that's what it's not. Fake NFTs, fake scarcity, y'all chasing the drop. By taking 90%, then resell at the top. Thought you had the golden ticket, but the numbers never lie. Even the bullets came to save, but that savior said goodbye. On me,
Hey, that's
homies.
rough.
Bought the dream, but it's phony. Disney, Marvel on the screen, thought it's holy. Pump it up at 21, now you lonely. Later you selling tokens just to cop his trophies. Fake users 2 million, but they buy. Reason Portugal, laughing on his yacht. Randy's whales couldn't lift it in the run. BB verse coming soon when the lawyer's done. David, you in the videos, every
All
word
right,
just
I gotta
like,
cut it, bro.
selling
That's too brutal. I gotta cut it right there.
I have a meme to share as well. That was really funny.
That's crazy. I don't know how he made that, if that's his voice or if that's AI, but that's crazy. It actually sounds pretty dope, but like the lyrics are brutal. Like, don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
the lyrics are brutal. It would have been a
Logan
cut.
Paul,
Like,
promise you your dream.
this would have been a cut if it was like, reverse the other way around, like bullish during bullish times. Like that would have been a pretty good cut. But it's a bearish video, a bearish song. So,
Yeah.
speaking of which, Non-Fungible Wonderful is actually putting out videos still. So, he's still got the red O. I know he's like trying to been holding out for a long time. So he just dropped a FUD video, which is pretty dope. I'm fast forward a little bit.
And the video is like, I can hear the music fine, but the video is, you can't see it.
Don't listen to the fire, we keep going up. Ain't listen to the fire. I took me a risk and got it out the mud. I did it like this, now it is what it was. Don't listen to the fire.
Anyways, go support him. I know he's been an OG for a long time. I thought this was a pretty dope song. But yeah, two very different songs.
Yeah.
Crazy, but
The first one reminded me of him, like his style too, like when he made the bullish videos. It honestly would have been crazy if it was him that dropped the like FUD video, like after all the bullish videos. I had one more meme to share. I thought this was really funny. I'm assuming this was created by Gilroy. I don't know if he just like, yeah, I'm just gonna say it was, but this is funny. Well, get it eventually. There we go. It says you're bearish. They're forcing people to buy Omi, and you're bearish. That was funny because it was like you are kind of being forced to buy Omi, right? Like I guess that's like
not
a
really.
double-edged sword there.
Are you though? Because like I don't think people are gonna go that extra step to do that. I really don't. I think it's just gonna be like they're gonna find out like to get you have to use Stacker in this other app, like, but I want to use VV. Like I think that's gonna be too much for that,
I mean, some people will. Like they're. I don't know if it's gonna
like
be
50
like
people
enough.
out of like I don't think you can really build a huge business like with this current model. Yeah, I just don't think it's good.
Yeah.
Like I get what they're trying to do, but I just think through this method, this current like setup, I just don't think
Well, okay.
it's gonna work.
For context here too, like Gilroy's a pretty neutral person. I would say more on the side of not like used to be a VV fan, not as much. And so the meme is kind of like it's not actually a bullish meme. It's sort of like a poking towards it being funny that they're forcing people to buy. It's not like a bullish meme, but anyways, yeah, I thought it was kind of funny.
Yeah. So
Go ahead.
they should just sell to Flow, somebody on Flow, and have it integrated.
Well,
Yep.
that being said, I think we've hit the Omi topic, VV topic. I do have like a little game pulled up. I don't know if you want to do that or
You got a little BZ?
I don't have
Or no?
BZ pulled up because I was having issues with loading the card. I can still do it, but I have this sort of like the Death Fun game that we did last time. But there's like another version of it that we didn't show. And here I'll go ahead and this is on abstract, and it's like when I switch scenes, it automatically there we go. So basically, you have to, it's similar to the laser party that I did last time. You bet ETH, and we'll still just go and do it. So I'm going to bet Double O's 1 ETH, and I pick a tile. Which tile do you think I should pick?
The far left one.
All right. Now I'll pick this one. Oh my god!
Oh,
So I just lost.
died.
I just lost 0.01, but I put 0.001. So it's like I don't know, $10 or something. But we're gonna run it back. Which one should I pick?
You pick it.
All right, I'll go this one. Oh my god,
Oh!
dude! All right, you just do it. You just do it. I have bad luck today. All right, tell me.
Let's go second left.
All right, you just keep doing it. I just want to.
Second right. Middle. Second right.
Oh, all right, I'll do one by myself one more time. So we're in the hole today. We lost. Dude, that was a quick 0-0-3 that we just lost. So now we got to make it all back.
This is ETH.
Yeah. We'd make some of it back.
Hash it out, baby. Oh shoot.
Oh, did we just make it all back? Wait, how much is 0-0-3? What do you? Hold on, let me do this calculation before I do the next tile.
I thought you were betting 0.15 at the bottom is what it said, I thought.
Oh, I would cry, dude. Not that much. Let's see. 0.003 is this is like $12. We'll go one more.
Oh,
Wait, was that? I feel like that should be more than $12. 0.004. That's $18. Should we cash out or should we keep going?
I don't know. $18 is $18.
That's true, dude. And we make it back and we get the leaderboard. Dude, the leader for this, let's go ahead and catch this out. The so we're in profit for that. We made like 0-0-1. And we made the leaderboard though, right? So the leaderboard, oh, it says negative. It's like that didn't count. Oh, it's processing. So that'll put us from top 200 to 137 now. But if we get in the top 50, then we actually get a like prizes. But dude, the number one guy is at 2.7 ETH on this game for the week.
That's wild. I wonder how much he's lost though. It doesn't really show.
I don't know, dude. Like there's a couple. There's another guy over 1 ETH too. All right, I'm gonna do one more.
Maybe they're hacking the game.
I'm gonna do one more. I'm just gonna like keep going with it until we like until it gets you guys red. Oh well, that wasn't as fun as I thought. Yeah, I don't know why this is 0.15 right here, but yeah, the bet was 0.0015. Maybe that's the total you could win if you won the game. Oh, that's the death. That's the death points that you win. So you also win death points. All right, well, yeah, this is I'm a gambler now. Now I gotta make. I don't want to be negative for the day. I want to make the leaderboard. So I gotta. Dang it! Oh well, forget it.
You're not getting very far.
I know. Do you want to do one more? You do it.
All right.
All right.
Let's go middle. Second left. What? I give up. I'm mad. I'm rage quitting.
Yeah, you're mad. I lost the money. So that's a fun little game on Abstract, which also gets us XP. Probably more so XP though if you actually get on the leaderboards. Whereas like I'm like obviously not on the leaderboards. I'm so tempted to do 0-1, but like that would make it back so quick. But what is it?
Hey, we got 2 viewers over on Kick and YouTube right now. Not a lot, but hey, humble beginnings.
Humble beginnings.
Shout out to our viewers on Kick. Yeah, like so we're trying to also grow our X on Degen Dads podcast on X as well. So if you want to give us a follow over there, that'd be awesome. We'll probably do like Kick and X exclusive giveaways to grow those both accounts up. So you definitely want to be following us on X and Kick. All right. So definitely trying to boost those up. But yeah.
Yes, sir. I second that. We do on-chain stuff all the time, even if it's just little games like this. Yeah, I think that pretty much concludes everything today, man. We're almost at the hour. We covered a lot. This is like tiny news. No, I mean, this.
Let me ask you though. Do you think Jerome Powell's cutting rates next month? Let me ask you that before we close it out. What's your
Sure.
prediction?
Let me.
Just sure.
No, like sure, I'll answer. Um, I don't, but that's just because I'm like pessimistic towards like it feels like every time we try to get relief this year, it's not happening. So
That's
I don't
true.
know. Mine's more towards like a dystopian, like I just feel like
Or
there's
nuking.
yeah. I don't think that means the market necessarily infinitely goes down. But yeah, I'm pretty pessimistic towards it. So I'm gonna go on the no side.
Yeah, my fear is like if they don't cut rates, is like we'll see more job loss and we'll see the housing market struggle even more. So those are the big ones that Powell has to have on his radar. He's gonna have to have some explanation of like, you know, what's going on with all that. So those are the two dangers that the Fed has to worry about with inflation at the same time as well. Definitely don't want to be Jerome Powell right now though.
No, not at all. Not at
So,
all. But in the meantime, we trade the market both ways.
that's
Right
true.
now it's red. But ETH is still at 4,200, man. Bitcoin's still at 112. Yeah, so things are still looking good. Solana 182.
Yeah,
Like
I
even
mean, there's still people accumulating ETH. I know like BlackRock's been buying and selling like crazy. But also like there's a lot of ETH treasuries out there that are going to bite the bullet either way because they're holding for the long term to get those like staking rewards across the protocol. So I think ETH's going to continue to do well, and I think Bitcoin will as well. But altcoins, brutal this cycle, man. It's been brutal this cycle for altcoins.
so here's a bold prediction though. On the Myriad bet we brought up earlier, I will say that YZY will go above 1.5 billion by the end of August. I'm going to
Yeah.
say I'm going to be in the 14% on that. Now, with that, I'm not saying it's going to stay there. I just maybe there's going to be some type of crime that goes on of like Kanye doing this like wild pump, putting it in a song or something like that, you know? And we might see one more relief pump before this inevitably goes to zero. I mean, that's only 500 million away. Like it was bouncing from 1 billion to 3 billion last night. So, anyways, that'll be my bold prediction for the week.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see, man. Let's see. What is the price right now?
1 bill, basically. I mean, it's a little under a bill. No, dude, I just got a pump on that. I just pumped it up.
Nice.
I'm just kidding. No, it literally was at it was at 995 million and it jumped up to 1.03 bill. So we will see.
Good
And
stuff.
a lot of the people that were nuking it are out. So it's just a matter of staying relevant now. You know, if Kanye is maybe done with it, or maybe he'll continue to pump it. Who knows?
Who knows? But that's pretty much it for the day. Make sure you like, subscribe, turn on noties so you can stay in the know, get the alpha, and watch us do crazy on-chain fun stuff. And there's more of this next week, and we'll be back. And maybe Easy will be at 1.5 billion, maybe not. You'll have to find out then. Without further ado, be like an NFT, be authentic, and we'll catch you later. Peace. We got to roll that in clip, Chris.
Peace out, everybody.
Two crypto nerds just trying to get by. Crisscross chains while the kids watch Bluey. Bitcoin ordinals, yeah, I do it chewy. Kyle on FX, Web3, Gamer Flex. Kids think I'm cool, but I just pay the checks. Degen Dads, living on the edge.